Hello YouTube, Chrono 16. Today's date, October 26th, 2012. Now, as you see here on screen, this is information regarding Category 1 Hurricane Sandy. All the talk and hype that's been in the news here recently is talking about how this storm is shaping up to be the worst storm in 100 years to hit the eastern seaboard, the eastern coast of the United States. Now let's zoom in on the storm. Right now, the stats of this storm is still a Category 1, and the wind speeds are 75 miles per hour. It's weakened somewhat since earlier today, where the winds were up at over 80 miles per hour. So the storm has weakened to a 75 mile per hour Category 1 hurricane with the central pressure at 971 millibars. If this particular hurricane holds together and does what they're forecasting it to do, and it doesn't even matter, guys, if it's a hurricane or not. It could be a tropical storm. It's still going to be pretty bad if all the factors continue to do what they're forecasted to do. And what I mean by that, as you can see on the water vapor footage right here, this is a cold front coming from the United States, crossing into the Ohio Valley from here, from north to south there. And here is Sandy here. Now, as you can see on the water vapor, Sandy is starting to weaken somewhat, which is good. And if this thing holds together and pushes on up into this area here of the United States, up around New York and New Jersey and all up in there, it will be a very bad situation because it's going to clash with this cold front. And now all the forecasting models still have this storm still slamming into the eastern coast of the United States. Now, more models are starting to show it just going out to sea. Now, as you know, hurricanes or tropical systems are very unpredictable actually, and they've been getting better at these things as the years has progressed. But but most of the models are still saying it's going to come inward to the eastern coast. So first and foremost, guys, people out there watching this video, make sure you got all supplies you need, because electricity could be out 2 or 3 days if this thing comes in the way they're forecasting it. And if it does what they're forecasting it to do, it's not going to be a good situation. So make sure you have water, batteries, extra radios, ways to keep warm if it's cold out there, because this is not looking like a good situation. Now, I also want to say one more thing. It's taken me a while to make this video about Sandy, for the simple fact that I've been watching it ever since it formed down there in the Caribbean. And as you guys know, I don't usually get on here and say anything about causing storms. But let me say this. The United States, China, and Russia has the capabilities of manipulating and controlling weather. It's been around for years. It's nothing new. Yes, the United States has the ability to control and to manipulate the weather. All I'm going to say about this Sandy thing is when Sandy first started forming down here in the Caribbean, there were some very strange anomalies, atmospheric anomalies going on down here, where the air was being heated up, seemed to be superheating the area where Sandy formed. The air is still air is still being superheated in this area. And without going into all the details, guys, because it'd be long and drawn out, there's some sort of weather manipulation going on down here, okay? You guys have never heard me say that on here about certain weather situations, but there's definitely some weather manipulation going on with Sandy, okay? And the only person that would benefit from a October surprise, so to speak, on the eastern seaboard, being what you would think is a natural occurrence, the only person that would benefit from that really is Obama, okay? Because if this thing comes in and does all the stuff they say it's going to do, what is Obama going to do? He's going to get on TV and start acting like the commander-in-chief, and the people who don't want to vote for him are going to say, oh, wow, he's doing a good job. Let's go ahead and vote for him. In other words, the only person that can benefit from this horrific situation brewing over here in the Atlantic Ocean is Obama. And if you think for 1 second that he's not going to use it to his advantage, you really are asleep. Now, I'm not endorsing Obama. I'm not endorsing Mitt Romney. They're both globalists. In either way, neither one of them is going to do this country any good. But if you have to pick the better, the less evil of the two, you'd have to go with Romney. Okay, you get Obama in there another 4 years, guys. Without going into too much detail in this video, what's left of the United States is gone. Okay, but first and foremost, guys, keep your eyes open out there on the East Coast. This is not a good situation. If it all again happens the way the National Weather Service and the hurricane forecasting centers are all predicting this thing to do, it's going to be pretty bad. Make sure you're prepared. Our prayers go out to everybody.